Let's understand Busuu and Duolingo, which is correct for you, and why you need to use one app that I'm going to suggest you rather than that, right? So what do I mean by creating this video? To tell you more about this and share with you interesting facts and interesting thing you might don't know. Let me start with English. For example, if you're going to start English on Duolingo, I don't think that's a good idea. Why? Because first of all, in Pakistan you're not able to learn English, but I'm not sure in India or other country you'll be able to understand English or you'll able to learn English. Why? Because there are some limited languages you can switch and to learn in a translation. But the very interesting thing you can learn on Busuu, you can learn English to English. You don't need another language. So I'm not able to learn English on Duolingo if I want to start as a beginner, right? For suppose, if you are a beginner, you're starting out to learn English on Duolingo, you cannot learn English here from Pakistan. You don't have Urdu language, for example, as a translation. But if you want to try out learn English as a free of course from starting, you can learn on Busuu, right? Why? Because you don't have any other kind of restrictions, like you don't need any language to translate. You're going to start from English to English. That's what I have seen. I've tried myself. Talking about more features, let's start other language. For example, if you're trying to learn Spanish, right? If you're trying to learn Spanish on Duolingo, one interesting thing I have, because I have some students from Spain, when I have asked some words I learned from Duolingo, because I've been learning some Spanish, so they said this is not most common words that we use there, right? So they don't really use it. The words are from Latin America, Argentina, Mexico, their Spanish, not that Spanish is originally spoken here. What is the point here? The point is really simple. Duolingo is not teaching you a language that is spoken in Spain. So what is the point? You have to start learning on Busuu if you want to learn like this. This is a one interesting thing I think you have never heard of it, that I'm going to tell you today. Let's suppose you're going to learn Spanish. On Busuu you have two options: Latin American, Spanish, or Spanish is Spain. Spanish is from Spain. That's a really interesting point that I have caught. I have uninstalled Duolingo because of this reason. But I don't want you to uninstall if you're, of course you're learning other languages, you keep learning. I'm not sure about other languages, because other languages can be more specifically one country rather than Spanish. Spanish is a language you can speak in different countries. Back to English, right? If you're practicing your English on Duolingo, you have some limitations because you are not interacting, you are not getting some feedback. But if you are practicing your English on Busuu, you have a lot of native English speakers. They will correct your mistake. You're sending voice, they will correct you, they will comment you that the pronunciation was not good, the grammatically sentence was not good. Same like I tried a few Spanish sentences, I made a mistakes, they corrected. Some Spanish native speaker, they corrected me, right? One of the interesting way to learn language on Busuu. Definitely there are two things, right? First of all, if you are learning on Duolingo, you have unlimited lesson, free of cost, but you have advertisements and you have 5 hearts. But talking about Busuu, on Busuu you can learn a lot of lessons. It's not unlimited, but there are some limited features, limited lessons you can learn. What is the point? One lesson you finish, you have, or one lesson you begin, not finish. You can begin, before begin you have a 12-second advertise. 12-second or 15-second skip, and then you're gonna start learning lesson, right? This is how they're doing. One of the most fascinating thing I learned, or I have touched in my heart, is something that you are going to learn 5-10 languages on Busuu app. You have a taste from them, which is not available, I think, on Duolingo. I haven't figured out. So I'm not really being against on two things, right? I'm sharing you two things, which is better, what are better features with this app, what are better features for this. Definitely Duolingo is really best, but Duolingo does not provide real interaction. On Busuu you have a real people, there are real videos, right? A person, girl, woman, whatever, they are going to show you, they will tell you, show you means they are going to speak with you, right? Like their face, their impression, everything you're going to say. So that is more important than having a cartoons, cartoon fans. So I have shared these two things. That's what I think I loved rather than this. About comparison with prices, if you're going to buy on Duolingo at Busuu, there are some kind of definitely different things. On Duolingo, you have so often 2 weeks trial free. They will offer you, and sometimes you have a 3 days super Duolingo free, right? When you complete one unit. So that's what I have definitely seen. But on Busuu, I haven't figured out these things. So there are some advantages and disadvantages. It's up to you which is better. I will suggest you to install both of them. Which one is more interesting for you, you can do that. When you install Busuu and when you use Duolingo, you feel like Busuu is more and more interesting rather than Duolingo, because Busuu provide more real life things rather than Duolingo. Duolingo is more, you have a cartoons and you have a same thing. You won't enjoy, you will feel like boring. But on definitely Busuu, you have a people, they comment you can talk, you can message. So it's totally different. Two best platform, definitely. I would again say I'm not against any one of them, but both are really amazing platform. I have used by myself and I loved both of them. But as a reason for Spanish, I had to uninstall. That's all I have had a reason. So if you're learning Spanish language, you have to consider thinking that point, that Duolingo is not teaching really Spain from Spanish. Spanish from Spain, but definitely Busuu is giving you two options: learn Latin and that. And learning English can be amazing and more interesting to learn English to English on Busuu rather than Duolingo. I tried to switch just English to English on Duolingo, but there was no option to learn English like that. So that's all I think you have to do in this video. That's all my points. Is there anything you would like to mention or anything I want to share with you? Maybe no. Yeah, there is a feed on Busuu. They have a feed. You can scroll. There are posts. You can read. And on Duolingo, you have articles. You can click. You can interact to another website to read. But in the Busuu, you have posts like Facebook. There's different page. And really interesting on Busuu is you have a different type of page, one more page where whatever words, whatever phrase you have learned, they are giving you line by line with button. You can click and listen them, all these pronunciation, something like this. That's a really great way to do this. And interesting thing is you can record your voice, and your voice already saved in your profile. Whatever you're recording, whatever you're doing exercise, their voice clip is saved in profile and listen anytime you want. So that's from my side. You can try to again think about this, which is interesting for you, which one is more better. Then see you in the next video. Thank you guys. Love you.